Ingo is a children's novel by English writer Helen Dunmore, published in 2005, and the first of the Ingo pentalogy. Plot summary. In a flashback, Sapphire remembers her father, Matthew Truella, showing her the carved Xena mermaid who was slashed with a knife a long time ago by an angry human. She had been in love with a human man who eventually swam away with her and became mayor. By an apparent coincidence, the truant man has exactly the same name as Sapphire's father. He is apparently her ancestor. Sapphi is haunted by her father's disappearance because he does not come back from the cove after an argument with her mother. Many people say he ran away with another woman or has died, but Sapphi and her brother, Connor, who is 2 years older than she is, refuse to give up hope and secretly promise to never stop looking for him. About a year later, Connor also disappears. Fearing that the same thing that happened to her father has happened to Connor, Sapphi sets out to look for him. She finds him speaking to a mysterious girl in the water at the nearby cove, and waits until the girl suddenly disappears. When asked about the girl, Connor behaves as if she were never there and is shocked that hours have passed since he went for a quick swim. The next day, Connor leaves again for the cove after the mother has left for work. Searching for him at the cove, Sapphi hears a beautiful voice singing a familiar song that her father had sung to her in the past. She calls out for her father and the singing stops. Suddenly she notices a boy perched on a rock. At first she thinks he is wearing a wetsuit pulled down to the waist, but later realizes that he actually has a seal's tail instead of legs. She nearly falls into the sea, but the mayor boy, named Pharaoh, helps her keep her balance. When she calls him a mermaid, he gets very scornful of humans, saying that him being a mermaid is anatomically impossible, as he is, firstly, male, and secondly, all that scaly tails and hair-combing mermaid and merboy and merman stuff comes from humans. He takes her through the skin and into the world of Ingo, which is extremely painful at the beginning for a human, and you have to forget about it to be able to survive. She also finds out that it works the other way for the mayor. It hurts them when they go into the air, and if they stay too long, they will die. After an amazing time, Sapphi leaves Ingo only to realize that she has been there all day long instead of a few hours. As time goes by, Sapphi is affected more and more by Ingo, craving salt and the call of the sea. Ingo calls to Sapphire more strongly than it does to Connor. Her brother, worried Sapphire will disappear, takes her to the wise Granny Carney, who imparts her knowledge about Sapphire and Connor's mare inheritance. Granny Carney has earth power and can communicate with owls and bees, maybe even other animals. Roger, a diver and a new boyfriend of Sapphire's mother, plans to go diving near the Bournes. Sapphire learns that this is where the mayor go to die, and Ingo is deeply hostile to anyone who goes there, and that all of Ingo is prepared to defend what is held there. She also remembers that her father told her and Connor to never ever go near them and that it was dangerous. Sapphi and Connor do the best to save Roger and his diving buddy Gray from the fierce seal guardians that protect that area. Connor is able to hear the seal's song that they sing to the dying mayor, so he sings the song and makes them calm down. At first Pharaoh and Elvira do not help, but then realize how brave Sapphire and Connor are, so they help them. Sapphire and Connor, with Pharaoh and Elvira's help, they get Roger and Gray back into the boat and cover them with foil blankets. Then when that night, as Roger is sleeping on the couch, he wakes up screaming from a nightmare and tells Sapphire's mother that he was being thrown by underwater bulls. At this, Sapphire realizes that the memory of the incident still resides in Roger's mind, just below the surface. In the last scene, Sapphire works in her father's garden, with her neighbor's dog, Sadie, staying with her on trial, lying beside her. Suddenly the air goes still and she hears her father's voice saying, "Myra Carenza, Therefore, dear daughter." Sapphire realizes that she is now certain that her father is alive.